Hello traders, and welcome to another video from Vant Trading. This one is going to be another platform review. This time we are reviewing LightSpeed. They are a very popular platform when it comes to day trading. And so they're going to have a lot of features that they're very good at that'll benefit you fast traders, you traders that like your crazy executions and your customization. And like all other platforms, they are going to have some things that they're not as good at or that they don't do very well. That doesn't mean that they're a bad platform. Every platform specializes in certain things. The trick is to find a platform that suits you and your trading style and your trading plan, and to do your due diligence and find the best fit for you. But in this case, we're going to be covering TradeStation. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of features to it that we're not going to really dive into or get into much detail with. This is just going to be a general consensus video on this platform, what it feels like, what it looks like, some of the ideas behind it, what we like, what we don't like. Give you an idea of how much you can customize this thing and make it your own and whether it's a good fit for you. One bad thing I'm going to say about our video here is that we don't currently have an active account. It's on hold right now because we're just not using LightSpeed right now, so we kind of briefly shut it down to stop the fees from just kind of chipping away and being stupid, unnecessary costs. And no one wanted to lend us theirs for the video to give, and they didn't want to give away their secrets. So here we are. We're going to still be able to show you the majority of the platform and what it looks like. It's just you will not be able to see data feeds and some things like that. Let's dive into it. What is LightSpeed good for? Day traders. It is very good for people who are active, want super fast executions, along with fully customizable hotkeys and a professional grade layout. It is not for traders who want these great charting softwares. It is not for traders who want to be able to do their automated trading strategies and API. They do not have that. They say they're going to have it sometime soon, but they've been saying that. We'll see. But as of now, it is very good for traders who, want to day trade, want to trade fairly often. Maybe it could still be a very good trader for you, even if you're not a day trader, but you swing over a couple days or maybe even a couple weeks. It could still be a good fit for you. You're going to have to look into it. But from our personal experience, we like it for the day trading possibilities. There's a lot of prop shops and a lot of hedge funds and companies out there that hire traders to trade for them, and they may actually use LightSpeed, or they did use LightSpeed and then they developed their own. We can think of a couple off the top of our head, and you're going to see it out there. It's just a popular system. And let's dive into the fees and commissions. One of the first things that you'll see that is actually one of the best in the industry. They have a fixed trade tier structure and a per share trade tier structure. The fixed per trade tier structure isn't actually really fixed. It decreases the more trades you do in a month. So it's interesting. You could still do this fixed trade, or not fixed, variable per trade executions on your commissions, and still actually get only $2.50 per trade if you're doing over 10,000 trades a month. So this is one of the few platforms where even if you're a day trader, a per trade execution or a per execution commission versus a per share commission might be better for you. They also have very cheap per share commissions. It gets all the way down to 0.001. That is so cheap. It is some of the cheapest in the industry that you'll find. So, they are going to have some different fees and electronic fees depending on what kind of data you want streamed to you. So keep that in mind, because that can always rack up the costs and how much you're paying to trade on the platform. But in terms of their commissions, it's going to be pretty nice. You're going to be able to save some money here. Is it a reason to solely pick LightSpeed and just trade on that platform? No, not really. But it's going to be something that's, if you want to weigh in the positives and negatives, this is definitely a positive. In terms of accounts that you can open up all sorts of accounts like most of these platforms. You can open up individual accounts, joint accounts, IRA, LLC, registered hedge funds, corporate, partnership, trust, whatever you want to open up. You got some friends, you got some money together, you want to open up a joint account, or you want to manage someone's money, or you want to, put your retirement account in here. You can do that. However, they have some of the more stricter account minimums. The initial funding must be $25,000 for all accounts. 25 big ones. And that will get you over the pattern day trading limitations where you have to have that much to be a pattern day trader and actually day trade several times a day. Otherwise, they would shut your account down. That is US regulation. That is not necessarily LightSpeed regulation. But they make your initial funding to be 25%. Now, if it dips below 25%, there are ways that you can have like $10,000 cash accounts, but that's generally, you know, one of the higher requirements. And they're fine with it because they're looking for these day traders. Margin is about typical. You get that 4-to-1 intraday and 2-to-1 overnight. We don't really see anything different between anyone there. So that's about standard. But, you know, if you're going to be a day trader and you've got some capital you're going to put in there, maybe you're a little more experienced, maybe you got someone else's capital that you're going to trade for them, this may be a good site for you or a good platform. They do have a mobile app. It does have all the same kind of features that every other mobile app has. It has the live data, the charts, the executions, you know, a lot of things like that. So it can be very good to trade on the go and monitor your positions. In terms of promotions, you know, that's, again, always going to be a day-to-day basis. You may just want to look, see if they'll match any capital depending on how much you put in there, or give you some commission rebates for like a certain amount of time. But the commission rebates aren't that important with a platform like this that specializes in cheap commissions. But maybe you can get some other data fees or something, feeds or something for free for a little bit. That's just something you got to ask about. It never harms to ask if they have any promotions when you sign up for something. You can always save some money. Their customer support is fine. It is the most baseline, typical, very friendly, very helpful. Usually a decent wait time, though, because they have a lot of traders, and many traders are very needy and very demanding about, you know, their problems. And, you know, so again, the standard is it really depends on who you talk to. It can be hit or miss, and there can be waits at times. It's not going to be the most incredible, groundbreaking experience, but it won't be something that shatters your belief in the platform, hopefully. In terms of hotkeys, they are awesome at hotkeys. Honestly, you know, I would say that their hotkeys are some of the best. You know, they're definitely one of the top contenders in terms of hotkeys when looking at it from a day trading perspective. And let's take a look at what some of those look like. So first thing I need to do is move this window out of my way. There we go. So I can get to the settings here. And let's take a look at custom orders. First of all, you can create your own custom order. Let's just name this one test. Create new command. You can have it, you can direct which market it goes to. ARCA, BATS, EDGX, NYSE. That's awesome. That's something that almost no other platform does. It can be a hidden order, visible order. You can tell it where to place that order, mark it on the bid, on the primary last or the previous close, and how many offsetting cents you want to do. You can set up a tier system where if every tier equals 1,000 shares, you can tell this order to do buy 3,000 tiers. You know, or if it's closing, you know, it can close 1 tier, 2 tiers, something like that, you know. And then you can also do on open and on close orders, which is very awesome for you traders who want to do some specific things like trading IPOs on the open, trading stocks that are halting. This will allow you to buy and sell them on the open of the halt, trading imbalances on the open or close. They do have imbalance data. That's something, this is the only platform I know of that has that, but, you know, haven't looked that heavily. They allow you to do a lot of things like that and do those custom orders for that. You know, you can have pop-up confirmations. You can have it just go straight out. You can also map those keys. They also have keyboard things already put in here. Look at these. Look at all these different tier sizes, custom commands you can map, function keys to set your tiers in your market makers, closing out positions, closing out tiers based on what routing you want to do. They have their own LightSpeed smart router, which is actually pretty good. They have access keys to focus on the different windows and pan between different windows on your screen and focus without using your mouse. It's a platform built for speed. It's a platform built for, you know, you have like 100 different 100 different key binds and things like that, and you know what they all do, and you know how to navigate them very efficiently. So that's why a lot of day traders like this, because they can get really crazy with it and really funky with it, and they can have a lot of customization. And because of that, their ease of access into positions can be very good. You can have this order entry window that can conveniently link to your market makers, which are blank because, again, we don't have data feeds right now. And you can pretty much set all the orders that you'd want to even from here. So even if you're more of a point and click kind of guy, you still get those options. Look at all these things. Look at this. Dark pools, fans, market on close, limit on close, all sorts of crazy things. And you can set stops, you can set inside ask and bids. It's very versatile in terms of ease of entry into your positions. So that can make trading very easy. Even for you long-term traders that are only going to get in once or twice, it may just make your life that much easier if you are going to be very finicky about how you get into your positions. Charting sucks. They're really basic and they're really bland. But that's okay for a lot of day traders. That's okay for a lot of traders in general. They don't care. You can link it to your market makers. You can throw some simple things on there like VWAP, SMAs, EMAs. You can put some stuff on there like that. You can change some of the time frames. It works. It's basic. It's borderline. They know it. They don't care. They embrace it. You can use another platform for your charts and then use this platform for your execution. A lot of traders do that. You can try, if you'd like, to link other charts to this platform. Now, it doesn't always work the best, but you can try to link external apps and external software with LightSpeed. So they are attempting, albeit sometimes it doesn't work, to help you get better charts and better, software that they don't have. Their charting's okay. If you just need the basics that can link to the position you're trying to look at and show you the candlestick chart with maybe like a VWAP or a simple moving average, it can do that. And for a lot of traders, that's enough. News services, they do have news services. So this is what it looks like right here. This is just kind of your basic news service feed, but it comes across very fast and you can click on it and pull up the orders. Or if you'd like, you can link it to your market makers. So say, I pull up Apple in here and I link it. Let's see if I can link this real quick. It may not be easy. We'll do it later. But you can link it so that it pulls up all the Apple news articles right in this window. Or I type in a low float runner stock, it pulls up all the news on that stock. So this is kind of like a lot of those other platforms like TradeStation or like Interactive Brokers or E-Trade, where you can link the news pages to your market maker and get some good news. They seem to be pretty good and on top of their game in terms of getting this news in a timely manner. I'm not sure that all the news services they use, you could probably sign up for more. You'd have to ask them. They do have a Squawk Box, which is some guy that reads out the news. He can be hit or miss, but it's a free thing. It's completely free. You can have it run through your computer if you want to hear someone shout out headlines as they get them, and you can go from there. In terms of API, they do not have API or automated trading. So sorry, you think you have something cool and coded and you want it to trade by itself, and this is the perfect platform for you. Not quite ready. They say they're going to have it, and even if they do have it, who knows how long it'll be until it's actually pretty decent. We'll see. Keep your ears to the ground for that one to see when that's eventually live, but I don't know. They also don't have a simulated trading platform. You can ask for like a demo account, just to test out the platform and executions before you buy into the platform, but it doesn't really give you fake money to practice if you're new or if you want to warm up and practice some of your strategies. So that's one thing that a lot of platforms have that this one just didn't bother with because that's just not what they do. It's not a bad thing necessarily if you don't need it, but it's just it's one of those bells and whistles that they decided they didn't need, including the API software. So those are two big things that can kind of be a little more standard in the industry that they don't have. In terms of other features, you can have a lot of different pages. As you can see here, you have order imbalances, which is a big deal if you know what those are. You can create your custom scanners and tickers. Your short request, that's another big deal, is on the platform. It's so easy and convenient. It's right here. You type in the symbol, you type in the amount of shares you want, you hit locate, and that's it. It tells you in the messages how many shares they have to locate, how much it costs, and then you say, do you want to do it? And you can say yes or no, and then you locate it, and that's it. Bada bing, bada boom. And on these market makers, it'll tell you whether it's easy to locate, hard to locate, or whether there are no locates at all. So in terms of trading things like that need locates, this is a very, efficient platform that is user-friendly and knows how to deal with day traders. In terms of any other windows here, you can obviously set alerts and do a lot of those things. They do have what's called tip ranks, where they show some of the top analyst upgrades and downgrades. That's completely free, and it's, a nice little convenient thing to have. But overall, that's mostly it. They don't have a lot of these crazy weird bells and whistles and intricate things. So, there's chances that they don't have what you want or what you need. But if, you know, the basics to day trade is all you need, and you need some very efficient cost in terms of commissions and flexibility in your order entries and your hotkeys, then this can be a great thing. This can be a great platform. You know, it's not going to be the most revolutionary thing in some areas. Their customer support is fine, and you're going to need a little bit of capital to be able to play ball with them. But, you know, if you're an experienced day trader, you know, maybe you got 100 grand, 200 grand, or, you know, 50,000, or even just 25,000 to, you know, start putting in some small money. Or maybe you want to open a joint account. This may be something that's worth looking into. Again, you know, what we cover here is so basic and, you know, gives you a nice general outline, but it's not going to give you all the bells and whistles and all the answers. You need to keep doing that due diligence yourself, get some demo platforms, you know, put your hands on it yourself and see if it can do what you want it to do, because ultimately it's going to be you trading these platforms. And if you're not familiar with it, or if it turns out it can't do what you want, that's on you, and you're not going to be able to make the money you want to make. So that's going to cover it for today. That is LightSpeed. I hope this was helpful and informative for you, and I hope I was able to shed a little bit of light on what this platform is and whether it's right for you. They, like all other platforms, do some things very well and do some things very poorly. And it's up to you to continue to look and to figure out if it's what you want to use. Can't wait to see you next time. Safe trading out there.